You're a big fan of James Dyson. You've listened to his quote in 2018 about the V10 replacing every other vacuum cleaner in your house. Of course, what do you buy? It is, of course, the Dyson V10. Now, this isn't the actual model that was released in 2018. I believe it was the Animal, the purple one, which I do have a video on. It's a YouTube short, I believe, a mess test with one of them. But this one is the third one I've had. Because if you remember, I did have one of these, an older one, because it didn't have this floor head. I had an older V10 Absolute from a schoolmate. He gave it to me and I paid him. I severely undercharged for that when it got it done. I think I sold it for 110 or something like that, which is awful for one of these, because when they're fully cleaned, I reckon, well, I've seen that they go for about 170, 180 at least. So anyway, not to worry. But I've got this one in, and this one is to refurbish and make like new, because as you heard before, doesn't work. This is one of the most common issues with one of these. I get them in to repair. I don't film them all. They come into me, they say, oh, it doesn't work properly. It doesn't have any suction. It's making a horrible noise. It's making a horrible high-pitched noise. Can you sort it out for me? And I say, yeah, I will do that for you. And here we are. Now, these tend to be, I found, in worse condition than the V11 series. I don't care what anybody says to me, I think these are generally not as well looked after. Mainly because, as I mentioned at the start of the video, James Dyson specified that these were to replace upright model that you may have had previously, like a DC40, UP22 or whatever it was. These were designed to replace your big units and become the whole house cleaner. I don't know what the hell he was on about, because I don't think that these were capable of doing that. If you've got a 7-bedroom mansion and you've got one of these, it's not going to cope very nicely, is it? Like this bin capacity here, what is that compared to the upright ones? This floor head, if you've got thick wall-to-wall carpets, it won't do. It does not have the power that the upright ones do. And everything on the V10 is just more bristle than the V11, I find. You know, the plastics are a lot more flimsy. The trigger rest here, they snap off prematurely. The cyclones, if you drop them, they will smash. And this one has smashed. I don't know if you can see it. I was looking around and I was just thinking, yeah, well, that'll need to be replaced. Where is it? There, can you see that? Yeah, big crack there. That'll obviously cause the machine to lose suction. Perished rubbers down there, perished rubber seals, they'll need to be replaced. The bin runner slider stopper has broken, and this one has also got the issue there where it is about to give way, so that whole bit here, just the outer shell, the motor and stuff is all fine, the motor and the trigger is hopefully okay. The outer shell will need to be replaced. And yeah, so this is suffering quite a nasty case of Dysonitis. The floor head, very, very grubby. I haven't done anything with it already. I received it Monday, I believe, and I haven't done anything with it since. Because yesterday it was my birthday. I'm now 15 years old. We might have a big surprise, a big extravaganza coming up. We'll have to see. But yes, this is not this is not the birthday extravaganza, everybody. This is purely something I've got to do a job on and give back to the customer. It's actually my auntie's best friend who gave it to me. They said it needs a sort out and stuff like that. So I don't think I'll film an after video on this. I might do. I'll probably insert a clip at the end of this when it's fully done and fully working. And much, much better, much cleaner with its new parts. It will need quite a few. Oh, I've just noticed actually. It is. See, look, do you see that up there? There is a very faint crack. Do you see that? Just sort of there-ish where I'm pointing, just a bit further down. That looks like it's cracked there. This is what I mean by flimsy plastics on these. I'm not sure these were built to last, although because of James Dyson saying that these were meant to replace your mains machine, what was the bloke thinking? I mean, this is not adequate. I mean, yes, it's very good, and it was very good, but now, I mean, it doesn't work. If you got a V8, and I mean, a V8 and another machine, the V8's more likely to last longer, right? Because you're not going to be possibly using the V8 as much as the mains machine. You're meant to kill two birds with one stone, was one of these. This is the one stone. A V8 and another Dyson would be the two birds. I don't particularly think very highly of these anymore as much as I did. I personally think the V11 was a massive improvement over these. However, I do think the filters on these are slightly better because you can really put your hand over the top and give it a proper shake, because obviously there is no hole at the back, so it's fixed. I like the simplicity of these. They are more simple than the V11s. You know, with obviously just a switch up here, no screen to break. I don't know about the triggers. They're probably the same design, probably with that same problematic error that they have of all snapping, because they're poorly designed and not built to last, because James Dyson would not want that for any of his machines. Oh no. You know, you get the 2-year guarantee and then one day later, your trigger will snap. And Dyson won't touch it. So you've had your luck. I like the battery indicator down here, which tells me my machine is absolutely knackered. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the V10. Just buy a V11 for God's sake. They're like £100 more. If you can find the old V11s, look for the trigger replacement. If you see one that says trigger replaced, then go for it, buy it, because it will have a better floor head. And they've just got slightly bigger batteries. So I would personally go for the V11. But if you're on a budget and you want an adequate cordless Dyson to replace your bulky upright one, you can buy a V10. Insert the clip at the end of this video of it working. So, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like. If you did not enjoy the video, please give it a dislike and let me know why. Leave a comment. I do like reading comments. Comment on the video. Improvements, anything you did not like, anything you did like, do let me know. I do like to know. And yeah, so that is it for this V10. If I do see these around, I do pick them up because they are worth it once they're done. I mean, people still like them. You know, these were hyped up back in the day, 2018. But I mean, 8 years later, I mean, this one's not 8 years old, but 8 years later, I mean, they are getting on a bit and they are becoming, you know, batteries are going to be an issue, triggers are going to be an issue. I don't know about the motor reliability. I know the V8s struggle a little bit. Runners, seals, they're all going to need replacing at some point in due course. And that's just it. I mean, people would probably throw these away and get a new one because, well, they want a newer one, right? But I don't like that aspect. Why would you throw something when you can repair it? I mean, this is the same thing with dishwashers, washing machines, but people want rid of them, right? They don't care about repairing. They just want a new one. They want to replace. They don't want to repair. Because they think, oh, well, if I buy a newer one, it will be more reliable than the old one. And in that aspect, yes, it might be true. You may end up spending more on repairing the current appliance rather than buying a new one. Buying a new one could be the cheaper option. But if you've got a V10 and it's making knackered noises and you live in Guernsey, message me on Facebook and I can sort you out. So I will insert a clip of this working and fully cleaned up.